Hope y'all enjoyed the last video or this video. You know, so I like to play pranks or jokes. I'm a comedian. I provide the comedic relief in our relationship.
I'm pretty funny.
You're funny.
Okay.
You're funny, but I'm a little bit funny. I'm sorry, I hit your head. So back when we were living at the other house, Tiffany asked me to go out and get some food, and there was a little Caesars, a couple minutes up the street, maybe about 5 minutes up the street. And so I went and got the food, and on the way back, I called Tiffany. I was acting like the Little Caesars was getting robbed while I was in there.
Why?
So I called her. Or no, she called me, I think. Did you call me?
No, you called me.
Okay, I called her and I was like, no, I think you might have called me, because when I answered the phone, I was acting like it was like I was whispering, and I was like,
yeah, I think maybe so.
okay. So she called and I was like, hey, I need you to hang up, call the cops. They're robbing the place.
And what do? Hang up, call the cops, tell them they're robbing the Little Caesars, because that's what my husband just told me.
Okay, but I was like, I didn't know she was gonna hang up that fast, because as soon as she hung up, I was saying, hey, I'm just joking, and I kept trying to call her back, and it kept going to voicemail because she was on the phone with the cops or whatever. And so I get back, and I think that she knows that I was just joking, but she doesn't. And I come in with the pizza. Did that shock you that I was coming in with the pizza?
Yeah, because I was genuinely scared, because I don't know what's going on, and I hope he's okay.
So when I came in with the pizza, what were you thinking?
I was confused, because I was like, what's going on? And I was just more so confused. And so that's when you were like, oh, I was just joking. You didn't hear me say I was just joking. And I'm like, no, I called the cops. They're going to go up there.
So the cops did make it up there, and we got a call a little bit later.
I got a call.
Well, she got a call a little
from
bit.
the chief of police in that area we were living in.
Right to jail.
Giving me this long lecture about how it's a felony to report a false robbery or a false crime, and how they went in there with their guns out looking for somebody robbing the place, and how somebody could have got hurt, and it's not okay to play on the phone lines. And I was just like, my husband literally told me the place was getting robbed. I hung up and I called you guys. That's all I had. But they didn't have his information or his name. They just had my information and my name. So then I think they ended up calling me 3 times just to get the story and figure out what happened and if it was a prank or not. And then they just kept saying this is a felony. I'm just like, this wasn't my fault.
So yeah, that was funny.
It's not funny. It's not funny, okay?
In hindsight, it's still funny to me. In hindsight, I wouldn't do it again because I see how serious she took it. I thought she heard me say I was just playing. Though. I really, really did. And I kept trying to call her back. But hey, now we got a funny story.
You have a funny story. I don't think the story is funny because I was really scared and I was really.
But like now though, nobody got hurt. Nobody got in
because
trouble.
you didn't have to talk to the police chief 3 times and retell the story and listen to him tell you how this is a felony and you could go to jail. There's a fine involved and we're gonna let you off with a warning this time. It was your fault. They should be calling you and telling you this.
Yeah, but it like now that we're past it's years ago. Now looking back, it's still not funny. It was funny. Whenever I think about it, whenever I'm having a sad day, I think about this because it's funny to me. Just imagine the Little Caesars workers. They're like, what's going on? And I'm heading down the street, get ready. It's funny to me. I enjoyed it. I wouldn't do it again. I'm sorry to whoever was affected by that situation. But I'm sorry, Tiffany. Oh man, that was funny though. But I guess I could have gotten in trouble for it if they knew my information.
Yeah, they just had my information.
So, it is what it is. But we just wanted to share that funny story with y'all.
His funny story.
My funny story with y'all. the time Tiffany called the cops on me. Well, called the cops on me.
Yeah, when we were living over there, our relationship with the cops was like
Terrible.
and it wasn't anything that was me. We did that, but we had a neighbor call the cops on us.
I forgot about that.
Because Amari and Adrian were playing, and they were like, Adrian, when she played, she screamed, okay? And she was like going through this stage where she just screamed all the time when she was having fun. So I guess when the neighbors thought we were in danger, or I don't know, they called the cops. And now, mind you, like, I'm always cold all the time. Like, that's why I have this cover now. And if I'm in the house, I either have on a robe, a jacket, or a hoodie, because I'm always cold. So all I know is I'm in the back, because the way the house was set up was the kitchen was in the back of the house, and so the front door was obviously in front of the house. So I'm in the back, and I just hear Amar call me like, Tiff, the cop's at the door. I'm like, what's going on? So what did they say to you?
So he was just like super aggressive. First off, he was like, he really didn't want to say nothing to me. Really, he was really trying to find out what Tiffany was. And I'm getting angry at this point because I don't know what's going on. He's not really, he's just saying, we got to call about a disturbance. I'm like, bro, I don't know what you're talking about right now. Me and my daughter up here playing. Adrian's just looking, like trying to figure everything out. And I'm getting angry now because I don't know what's going on. He's not really trying to explain to me what's going on. So he was like, is anybody else here? I was like, yeah, my wife in the back. And he was like, well, he was like, can I come in? I was like, nah, you can't come in here. He was like, well, can you get her for me? I was like, then that's when I called back, like, hey, Tiff, come here. So Tiffany doesn't help the situation out any. She comes to the front door with a hoodie on, with her hood on, with it like tied. I'm like, oh my gosh, this dude that's when it clicks. This dude think I'm beating on my wife in here. And so he pulls her outside and is like, hey, is everything, and I can hear him through the window, is everything okay?
Are you okay? Are you sure you're okay? Do you have any marks on you? Are you okay? And I was like, yeah, I'm fine. Like, cause I don't know what's going on. I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. I'm okay. And he's like, are you sure you're okay? Like, are you okay? And he just kept asking that. And I was just like, yeah, I'm okay. I'm fine. I'm okay. I'm fine. And I'm just more confused because I'm like, what is going on? Like,
because you also got because now that I think about it, I was getting kind of angry with the cops, like not physically, but like my body language was showing that I was angry. Because I got a right, well, I guess I didn't have a right, well, whatever. So I can see why he would think something was going on. You hear him screaming. He comes approaching me. I'm getting angry with him. I get it now. But he could have like explained what was going on a little bit. But yeah.
And then he was like, well, we got a call from one of your neighbors that they heard screaming, and we just wanted to make sure you were okay. And I was like, yeah, I'm okay. I took my daughters in there. That was her screaming. And he was like, okay, well, just are you sure you're okay? And I was like, yeah, I'm okay. And I think it didn't help either that I never took the hood off.
You never took the hood off. No, and it's like 80 degrees outside, and they're outside talking. She got a hood on. Oh my God, Lee, they're gonna take me to jail today. And he wasn't the same cop that like pulled you over that time, right? They like forced you to commit a crime.
That was so we used to live on this street, and it had an elementary school at the end of the street. So during certain times, it was a one-way street. And we used to park in front of the house, but the one way was this way. That makes sense. So, but the cars parked this way. So I went out like this to go there.
Okay, you
but,
did
yeah.
Okay.
But he, like when I was right here, he was like, no, blowing the whistle and stuff at me, like, come this way. So he like forced me to go down the wrong way. And then he was trying to write me a ticket for going down the wrong way. And even the neighbor across the street was like, no, they live right there. She was just turning around because the car is facing the wrong way. And he was like, sir, this has nothing to do with you. And I'm like, you forced me to come down. And he's like, it's people like you. And there was like another car who was actually driving down the wrong way. He was like, you guys, you just can't follow instructions and rules. So I called Mara because I'm like, you're trying to give me a ticket for something you forced me to do. Like, I live right there. So I probably should have called Mara because he came out there like super, like you was calm at first.
I was pretty calm at first.
I called you out there and I was explaining to him our situation.
Right.
And I'm like, he's trying to give me a ticket when he forced me to come this way, and I was just trying to turn around. So it doesn't make sense logically. And there was another police officer down there who saw me walk out the house, and he was just like, well, you know, we really don't get involved in something. I don't know what he said. But he wasn't helping me. And I was like, I live right there. I was just turning the car around, and he was not trying to hear that. So Mark came out and was like trying to explain to him the situation. And then this cop just like, I felt like the cop was being aggressive towards you. And then he was just like,
Yeah, because that's what he was like. Right now I'm about to arrest you
yeah,
for what's it called when you like
disturbance.
No, it's like when you're stopping them from doing their job. What is it called?
Obstruction.
It is obstruction of justice. And I was like, what? What are you talking about?
And then Adrian was there because,
Right.
mind you, I was supposed to be taking her to school. And the cop was like, is this the example you want to set in front of your daughter?
So what I did was, see, he didn't know I was smarter than that guy. So I was like, all right, you want, because he was ready to arrest me. So I was like, all right, go ahead and arrest me. But before you do, let me take, I took my daughter out of the car. I was like, this is what you're doing right now. You're harassing us. Like, I'm about to arrest you for obstruction of justice or whatever. I was like, all right, cool. And I took my daughter out of the car. I was like, show her what you're doing. Show her how you treat me over something, you know, that's irrational or whatever. And so I guess he was able to kind of take a step back and realize what was going on and how he was escalating the situation instead of trying to keep the peace.
Yeah, then he pulled me to the side and was like, yeah, I was gonna let you off with the warning, but your husband over here, he's gonna make you guys get a ticket and he's gonna go to jail. I'm like, I literally did not do anything wrong. And so I guess he finally like realized, and then that other cop came over who saw me leave my house and they talked, and I'm pretty sure he told him like, hey, she actually lives there, and the address was on my driver's license, like she lives right there, and he saw it. So then he came back and was like, you know what, I'm just gonna let you guys off with a warning.
I think what made it so weird, he had these really, really green eyes, but he was black. It was so weird. And
Black people could have green eyes.
yeah, but like his type of green eyes weren't like normal black people green eyes. It was like
I don't know.
Indian.
Black people with green eyes.
me either, but
Okay.
I think that's what made me so mad because I was a little jealous that he had green
Oh
eyes.
my gosh.
I wanted green eyes when I was young.
But since we moved, we have had
No problems.
No problems. No one has called the police on us. We haven't called the police on anybody. And it has been
Very,
really
very
peaceful. Yeah.
Very peaceful. So that's our cop story.
Yeah.
Thankfully, there's no Little Caesars over here. You know.
It is Little Caesars over
It
here, but you're not doing that anymore.
No, I'm not. I'm not
Okay.
gonna do that. That was, yeah. All right. Well, we'll see y'all guys. See y'all later.